Hello everyone and welcome back to the DreamHack Open in Cluj, Napoca, and we're about to get underway in the first game. It is Cloud9 versus Vexed. Obviously we've been talking about it a lot, but what we haven't done is really start committing to what all of this analysis means. So I'm going to start with you, Say.
I hate that I'm first in this one because this is a really tough one to call. I mean, we've obviously talked about it in a way that we think Cloud9 have potential to lose this, but in saying that if they're the ones that can lose this, that also means they're the ones that should win this. It's an interesting mix. Again, T side needs to be strong for Cloud9. It was weak for Vex. Their CT was strong, which shuts down Cloud9 and that. It's going to be double digits, both teams. I honestly don't feel a gut feeling on which one will win. If I don't do it, I'll be shot when I go back to North America. So I'm going to say Cloud9, probably 16-13, 16-12, but it's going to be dead close.
Henry, I'll bring you in and obviously feel free to give us something a bit more detailed as the ex-pro
Sure,
here.
like it's kind of similar sentiments really, like everything points to it's going to be a very close game. I would say potentially even overtime here going forward, but it depends. Do we know who's starting CT yet?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be
Vexed to CT.
Yeah, Vexed to CT.
I mean, well, that's the thing, right? We know that their CT side can be very strong. It just depends how Cloud9 come out of the traps here. Are they going to be showing up? We haven't seen them today. We saw them in poor form yesterday. Majors for these guys have not been fantastic, so hopefully we can see them step up. I would like them to, as the stronger team and part of the top end of the scene, I would like to see them actually take this one. I think it will go to overtime though. It's going to come down to the crucial factors here. Freakazoid not being able to step up yesterday, 2-15 or something like that. He needs to be on point, he needs to be backing up Shroud. They're going into the B bomb site and stuff. We know that's the bomb site they favor. Vex could be well aware of that. They need to bring another string to their bow here. They need to be more focused on the A site, A executions, getting down the long hauls, for example. That's going to be a massive factor as well. Pistol rounds as well. Obviously, it goes without saying. Pistol rounds, if you can pick up both of those, it's almost guaranteed.
I think the game's going to be that close, actually. I think the pistol rounds are going to be absolutely vital. So do we have any insight as to who the better pistol team is?
Not really. I would say Cloud9 because of aim and just the fact that they've got that individual skill. Usually that favors pistols, but I'm glad you brought that up because usually we look at, as casters and analysts, we go, oh, second round pistol, they need this to give them, or second half pistol to give themselves a chance. I think where Cloud9 starting on T, and we know how strong Vex CT is, they need the first pistol. I think that's even more important.
The best pistol player in this game will be Shroud.
Yeah,
he's the most skilled pistol player.
Yeah.
The difference is, as a team, they're very up and down on pistols actually, because sometimes you can have some nice ones, sometimes he's non-existent. Freakazoid's not that much of a factor on pistol rounds. Sean Gares again, not so much.
Well, Sean yesterday was actually really strong in the pistol. Obviously, it's just one game, but that's one of the players actually won them a pistol round. I think he got 3 kills on the CT side of Dust too. So if you can pull out that kind of form, sure, let's see what happens. But on Cobble, you're kind of limited for what you can do with the pistols, really. Like it's kind of pretty much standard meta. You either split A through drop down and through towards middle, or you just straight up rush B. Those are kind of the 2 options you have right now. It's a little bit random in terms of whether the CT just gets the first kill, what kind of aggression they're showing, and whether they're going to actually all sit back and just allow the Ts to plant. So it's going to be really interesting. It's difficult to call how the pistols will go down specifically, but obviously they're going to be a key factor here going forward. If Cloud9 can win this T pistol, I think they'll win the game.
Yeah, and obviously we're all hoping Shroud will rock out with his Glock out. Duncan, I'll bring you in here. I want to talk just a little bit about your thoughts, get your predictions, and then we'll get the other 2 to commit to who's going to win.
I'm actually going to say Cloud9 will win, because the thing is, even though I think map pool has gone pretty well overall for the guys here, it could have gone worse. If it had been Train, I actually would have gone with Vex, but instead they'd edge it out. I think overall the quality of Cloud9 will prove out, and they'll overall, the Skadoodle will show up on that B site, and I think that's what will win them the game. They'll do kind of a subpar Fnatic. They'll just win the CT side by enough that they're able to make it. So I'm not that worried if they have like a mediocre T half.
Sure.
If they get 5-6 rounds, I think it can be enough. The CT can get it done for them, so I'm going to take Cloud9 to win this one.
Yeah, I think 16-12 is probably where it'll end up.
You're going with Cloud9 as well?
Just one final thought is, like we said, Cloud9 like to watch all the demos and stuff. The best thing about this outcome is they have a fresh demo of Vexed on Cobble. So if they have watched that, it's the most up-to-date demo they have available. I'm sure Sean has done his homework, and we know they can kind of benefit from these demos, and hopefully he can orchestrate some sort of performance that kind of counters what Vexed do. So I'm going to say, I kind of speculated overtime, but just with that thought in mind, I think Cloud9 will take it around 16-13, 16-14.
I mean, I would like Vex to win. It'd be funny. We have some good. I tell you what, the segment after that will be brilliant, guys. But I think Cloud9 will take it.
All right. Well, look, gentlemen, thanks a lot for all of your thoughts. So without any further ado, I think it's time to get this show on the road. So it is going to be the first game of the day. It's going to be Cloud9, North American hopes riding on their shoulders versus the somewhat unknown quantity of Vexed from Poland. And bringing you this game, it's going to be the premier CSGO casting duo of Anders and Semler. Take it away, boys.
Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It's the first game of the day, and it's going to be Vexed versus Cloud9 here on Cobblestone once again. here with Semler. How are you feeling?
Oh, well, I've just, in the downtime, right? I'm just waiting for the crash to come because I've gone through 2 full packages of like these really icing cookies, Anders. And so this is going to be a wild ride, man. First game of the day, and I'm already on a sugar rush.
It's a great way to start. Yeah, you've been eating quite a few of those. I feel like maybe I should have stopped you along the way, but it was.
You see, a true friend, Anders. You're actually just sitting there waiting for the train wreck to happen. You just can't look away. That's the thing.
It was more science thing from my point of view. I was wondering how many you could really chew through before it went bad, but you're still here, so we're still good. Whose side are you on here, or maybe who do you think is going to win, Vexed or Cloud9? What's the?
I know this is going to break Stunna's heart because it's his birthday today, but I'm going to go with Vexed.
Oh.
I honestly think, after seeing what Vexed were capable of yesterday, they really made it work. I got to go with Vexed on this one. I think Cloud9 right now, there's just something that's not working. People the key players, and this has been hashed through on the analyst desk, the key players just are not showing up. And that's you cannot have that when it seems like anybody's capable of having a big game on Vexed side right now.
Yeah, and I love Henry's point at the end. It's absolutely true. Cloud9 do have a demo, but at the same time, Vex, like their first half was so good, their second half was so bad. They maybe have had some time to adjust. I hope maybe it works both ways. Either way, I think it will be a very interesting game here on the cobblestones.
I like how you don't give your prediction.
Yeah.
So
I'll be right either way then.
You just go ahead and like cut
wait,
that out
wait,
real quick.
Nothing and Sean Guest both have an HE grenade, and Furlan's all the way back here. If he's unlucky, they could double grenade him down if they're going to have the right angle for it, but it actually feels like, yeah, they're going to put in the smokes first. This could be a very bad start for Furlan unless he gets some really good headshots. He actually tried to body block that smoke, which is very heads up thinking he's going to go back and try and hide inside it. They might have realized he's back here, but Cloud9, they're coming for this B-bomb side, and it's going to be the opening shot there. Freakazoid taking down Hyper and Rallen with a quick return on nothing. So back to a 4 versus 4, and Furlan going to go down. Looking good for Cloud9.
This is panning out nicely. They're going to be able to get the bomb plant here. Not too much that Rollin can do. He has to try and take a risk right now to bring it back. Shroud will take out Groovy, and this is going to be on Rollin and Pete. The last 2 alive in this pistol, and so far, things going according to plan for Cloud9. 4 players still alive here, and Freakazoid finds Rollin, so it's going to be down to Pete. And Pete, at this point, he's thinking about backing off to hold on to his Kevlar.
Yeah, that's a reasonable choice. It's no reason to give that up just for free. Can't do anything to salvage a 1 versus 4, not like this, so gonna be a pretty good start for Cloud9. Those grenades didn't have the exact impact that I thought they would, but they managed to stone out the bomb site enough, and some good shots coming in from Pete. He's gonna get flanked as well, but maybe he could do a little bit more damage, secure himself a little bit of a cash bonus. It's gonna be the 3rd kill as well. Good job, Pete. And he has enough Kevlar that he doesn't necessarily need to rebuy anything here, so not looking too bad.
Yeah, he's able to actually pick up a $500 investment. No problem at all. Still at $1,900, so he's going to have good money going into the first buy round here for Vexed. It's not the end of the world for Vexed, and we see that they're going for that forced buy themselves. Rollin's gone up to that scout. We have the Kevlar and the pistols being forced up on the rest of the team. And Cloud9 kind of going for a mixed play here. 3 SMGs, a scout, and only a single rifle to deal with this force buy coming out of Vex. And I guess this is it. They're just rushing in. They're going to take full advantage of the mobility that the SMGs afford them.
Yeah, don't want to get whittled down by the scout. They don't know it's in play yet, but once they realize, you've got to be careful that you don't slow down your pace so much that you give the scout player enough time to move around, take shots. Even if they're not headshots, they can still drop your plays very low indeed. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Cloud9 is slowing down the pace as much as they are. Look, Skadoodle all the way back in spawn now.
What was that about?
I'm not sure.
Did he try and double buy a smoke?
Forgot his lunch?
I mean, maybe he tried to get back there before the time, but that would have been way past this. I don't even know. Maybe he was just checking to see if there wasn't any backstab potentially, coming in from the A side. Because Cloud9, they did a great job right now of forcing all of the utility out of Vex. They made it sound like it was going to be a rush. So Vex chunked all of their nades onto that plateau, trying to stop that. And so now Cloud9, they pretty much have full control of the situation. There's a single flash left on Pete to try and stop any push coming in here from Cloud9. And that's really important. Only issue is that Cloud9 only have an HE. They don't have anything to make their lives easier either.
But look at this genius movement here from Sean, actually getting all the way around, and by the fact that he's here, he's realizing there's a stack on B. There's nobody on this A side, nothing checking it out. So Sean individually, without having killed anybody yet in the game or in this round here, has basically just won this round easily for Cloud9. That's, I don't know, it's a good side of Counter-Strike that we don't always get to see. That just took that one move. Once he's in the connector in the middle there, it's pretty much all done with. So Cloud9 definitely going to win the round. Vex, though, on their side, a good judgment call, I think, as well, not to try and fight. Just save what they have for the next round. Why not?
There you go. A little bit of a shot, missed initially. So Shroud now knows that He's going to be in a bit of a dangerous situation here if he hangs around. He's got the teammates rotating in to give him a helping hand, though, so it's not the end of the world for him. He's just not peeking out, and this is actually going to be that standstill where neither of these teams actually want to risk losing what they've invested into this second round. Yeah. So Vex, they get to hold on to their investment. They went for a gamble, putting everybody over on that A site, or rather on the B site, by mistake, and it's just, if Cloud9 go towards the B site, fantastic. If they don't, Vex save, and they get another chance this round.
Which also probably means that if a similar situation unfolds in this particular round, I bet Vex will be a little bit more aggressive, because this time, obviously in the 4th round, they're going to be buying. So we'll see. Still the 3 SMGs, and I wish Cloud9 would use them to try and open up bomb sites. You know, be aggressive with the players where you can sort of afford to give up an SMG early in the round. It's not the end of the world. And looks like Shroud is making his way out onto Plateau with that Mag 10 in hand. Hyper's right in front of him. Flashbang gonna actually catch both players. The Freakazoid dropping low right now. They're just trading. Ruby gonna go down, and Hyper Furlan picking for a second kill. Another headshot comes in. It's Pete landing at Sean Gares. Now it's all up to Shroud and Skadoodle left here. 2 versus 4. A great 3rd round start here for the Polish side.
And the bomb is dropped in the wrong place as well. Furlan will get forced out into the open, but he's so quick with that pistol. Takes this fight, and neither one gets a kill. Skadoodle instead is gonna be the one to take out Furlan. So good teamwork there on Cloud9's part, but this bomb, it's dropped in the middle of nowhere. He has to commit Shroud, and he just gets sprayed down by Hyper. Excellent play from Vex in the end, just whittling Cloud9 down. And where that bomb dropped after that kill came through with the bomb carrier, there was no backing up for Cloud9. They had to take the fight. They had to walk into the crossfire.
Yeah, that was not a good situation. And again, I mean, a stack in that bomb site by Vexed, and that was all they needed. Scout eventually showing up to help out as well. Very strong start in Cloud9. They can buy. They can even get the AWP on Skadoodle, which everybody should know by now is definitely a good sign for Cloud9. But the question is it going to be quite enough here? Vexed, they've turned the tables quite early on in this match.
I understand Rollin wanting to take a little bit of a risk, but honestly, Rollin, I'd really like to see you just go for the M4. Don't farm any money. Slam Cloud9. Give your team the best chance possible to survive with all 5 members alive, and just beat them up. You can farm money in the next round. Cloud9 will be fully going.
I think we might restart this round.
We'll have a pause coming in.
Yeah, because it seemed like everyone was standing still, so I think there was like a collective acceptance of the fact that there was some sort of technical issue, which happens every once in a while. So, I mean, up on either side, and I guess we'll see how that unfolds. I think it was Pete who ended up having it, so Pete versus Skadoodle. I mean, just based on pure reputation, you'd say Skadoodle comes out on top, but and maybe he's in fact going to need to.
Well, I mean, they're trying to vote for some kind of reset here so far.
Yeah, they'll sort it out, no problem. Or they'll get some help, I am sure.
Sean, you got a 5-7 for free. Well done. I mean, this is unfortunate. This is such an important round, and there we go. We'll have the pause, and we should have the reset coming through, so it shouldn't be an issue. We should have the same kind of money that's coming into that they would have had to begin with at the beginning of that round. As you can see, it's just hard reset, no issue, and we get to just start again. Hyper was the one having some PC issues before. That was what the delay, you know, an update for you guys. That was why we had such a long delay. So hopefully that's not going to come back to plague him here.
Well, what we can tell is that Pete also had the Mac 10 here, but he goes for an AWP, at least that's what he did last time. So we'll assume that he does something similar again here. I think that's definitely a reasonable idea as well. Sean here in the middle, trying to make up his mind about what to do. I think this early turnaround is a particular problem for Cloud9 because I don't think they're that good at handling these situations.
No, and right now there's going to be just a little. At least Sean Gares, he's kind of held on to the element of surprise. They didn't really show too much. Vex, they weren't pushing for info. Cloud9 didn't go for any kind of rush. So the game plan, Cloud9 could run the same thing over again. It's not going to be a problem. They don't need to start thinking, well, you know, we showed our hand last round, so now we got to change it up here. Maybe go for a strat that isn't going to work because we really wanted to go for that last strat. You know, you avoid an awkward situation here for Sean Gares at least. But we should be getting back live into the game. We can hear the ticking happening there. You guys can actually see some of the additions made to the stage as well. The going from the minimap in the middle, you have those 5 bars of lights. Those actually go red when a player gets killed, as well as the player photo below the screens there. So there's a couple of really cool things that have been done for everybody who's going to be watching live here from in the bend.
Yeah, I'd say I mean, and if we get some actual in-house shots of it, take a look at those player photos when stuff happens. Very
really
cool.
sick.
Yeah. Now we are going to be into the 4th round here. It seems like they sorted out the issues. We've got the 2 AWPs in play, and we'll have to see if Cloud9 can pick it up once again. If they lose this round, they won't have the money, so they really need to turn this round. Same is true for Vexed. Both teams are very low at this point in time, so they need to turn it around quick here. Shroud out on the plateau looking for an opening, and he's got Hyper and Furlan very close by while Sean is checking the other side of the map. Not going to find anyone there anytime soon. Furlan here, great angle, and just a double click there. And Shroud is gone.
Right on the edge of the smoke as well. Shroud, he just didn't know what hit him. As soon as his shoulder comes around that corner, Furlan's already lined up. And now so we have to see just how versatile Cloud9 are going to be. And Sean Garris decides to step in, pick up a shot, and Pete misses the shot midair. That looked so close. That would have been a big kill to bring it back Vexed way. But now we're to a 4-on-4. Luckily for Hyper, they line up 2 headshots, and he gets the 3rd as well. That drops the bomb on plateau, and Cloud9's round, despite Sean Garris' best efforts, is completely fallen apart.
Hyper read that so well. He saw the smoke go up. He knew that the most likely angle they were going to take was on the outside of the smoke, and he just sprayed them down. Very well played indeed. He's going to be taken down. Sean, he hit the shot the 2nd time. And that's all it is. Sean, by the way, is one of those leaders who prefers to stay alone while the rest of the team does something else. And I think it has to do with like how the communication works on the team, whereas if you have someone else playing alone, then you need to get some info from them before you make a call, and then you try and match it with whoever you're with. Whereas if you're the one playing alone, sometimes it can be a little bit easier because you know what's on your side of the map, and then the other part will do their stuff.
You're just focusing on holding that angle, right?
Yeah.
And then you're just gathering the info and you give the decision. Unfortunately, it just so happened that Hyper was waiting in the right place at the right time there, and I'm glad to see that Hyper, he didn't flinch when the situation was there. Given that he's had these pauses and that can be very frustrating, it's good to see that he gets that moment, he steps up, and there's a little bit of confidence for him going into the remainder of this half. Pete, though, double headshot. Sean Garris right now, he's just looking fantastic.
Yeah, doing a really good job. Skadoodle going to take down Furlan. They check the corner for Rallen. Good job. That was a big mistake a lot of teams made yesterday, not checking that corner, but some stepped up play here from Cloud9. Hyper and Grubia left, and see if they can find a way in here. They've got the kit and they've got 1 Molotov. They need a quick kill though to bring this back. If they lose 1 more, that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Shroud going to get shot in the face by Grubia now. Hyper taking down nothing as well. Freakazoid with a refrag. It's still a 2 versus 1 here, and Hyper, he's running out of time, and Skadoodle is there, not going to miss the kill. It's a triple, in fact, for the North American AWPer, and that is going to bring Cloud9 very much back in the game. The money for Vexed is all over the place right now.
It is. It's really scary. I mean, Pete has enough to go for the AWP if he wants to. But it is going to be just a FAMAS drop. They're going for the 4 spy right now, Vex. They do not want to let Cloud9 run away with this. They realize that they just gave a free AWP over to Skadoodle, including an M4 for Freakazoid. The money for Cloud9 is still in a place where they could force if they want to, but Vex don't want to give them any more ground. Rollin's going to have the AWP. It's 3 rifles. It's a P250. This is a really scary buy for Vex.
Look at how they're just trading grenades early on this plateau because nobody wants to give up control of it. Shroud does walk right into a grenade. See if that's going to make a difference. He gets a quick headshot on Pete, and he's going to try and keep going here. This is a very big buy for Vex. They have to make it work. If they lose it now, they're going to give a big edge to the NA side here. And look at how they spray it out. They've got full control right now. I think Vex needs to fall back, and they're not even going to be able to. Already losing 2. Sean Garris is on fire right now, getting the double kill, looking for the triple as well. He's going to get helped by Freakazoid, but Pete has to just back off once again. I've got to say, I can't even remember the last time I've seen Sean play this well.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves there, Anders. I think he just sprayed through the smoke and they happen to be lined up, so Lady Luck giving him a little bit of a wink there. But yeah, Sean Garris, the round before, the P250 double headshot, that's impressive. That's really showing that Sean, one way or another, he wants to get the job done. This has been the storyline for Cloud9, though. In the first match that we saw, Sean Garris, he's ready to play. He's here to get work done, but where is Shroud? Where's Skadoodle? Where are the riflers and the main AWPer, one of the best AWPers in the world? These are the guys that need to be leading the charge, not Sean Garris.
It's definitely true, but I mean, right now it seems like he's playing a little bit. Yeah, they do line up. That is actually hilarious. But I mean, ultimately, it's he's playing a style that is very different from what he was playing just a couple of months ago. He's being way more active, way more in the forefront, and a little bit like Existence is doing on Titan. You know, some of these in-game leaders maybe are looking to try and step it up a little bit here. Looks like it's going to be another fast round coming from Cloud9, and very similar style against Shroud leading the charge. And AWP in that site is going to be on Pete. He gets the opening frag, and that secures them an extra AK.
have invested in the pistols. They've won one of these anti-eco situations before Vex Gaming, so now Cloud9, this is going to put them a little on edge. Skadoodle did not find his opening. Shroud is always going to be the point man there, but Skadoodle actually looking towards drop, so we're going to see some JW-style point-blank action here with the AWP. Maybe use it like a shotgun, go and impale somebody.
Groovy's down there with the C-set 75, so this is a great angle for Groovy to be holding. He wants to do this all day, and there's the headshot on nothing, who only has 1 kill so far. Here's Skadoodle looking for the refrag. Groovy, how is he not dead yet? Gonna pick up the AK and run away. Did he pick it up? Oh, it looked like he tried to. Freakazoid under the hand. Gonna get the 1 kill in, and Groovy doing more work here. Double kill for him. Skadoodle alone, missing a shot. There's 3 people in this bomb site. Not even a chance, and Furlan is gonna be getting a double as well, so they're just trading rounds early on in this game, it seems.
This is all over the place. This is so chaotic. And they're taking fights individually as well. I mean, Skadoodle attempted to get the refrag there and drop. That was good on him. Shroud alone on Plateau. No chance for him to get the, you know, for them to get a kill back there, Cloud9. Just really awkward situations.
Look at the discipline on Groovy. Groovy, as soon as he takes the first fight with Skadoodle, he's actually aware that someone could be dropping down behind him, so he's ready for everything, basically. Nice opening, though. Skadoodle taking down Pete. It's a big kill.
In danger as well. We haven't seen much action. I mean, it's been Cloud9. I mean, Shongers is obviously trying to condition Vex to really focus on Plateau and use a lot of their utility here on Plateau early on. So for Skadoodle to finally take that AWP over to A site, see if you could catch somebody out of position, maybe trying to take a risk, trying to take advantage of that sort of B focus that we've seen from Cloud9. That's really smart from Sky. He's just catches somebody out, and he's kind of the point man here as far as I'm concerned, because pound for pound, I think Vexed match the riflers on Cloud9. It's Skadoodle who's going to make the difference here, or should be making the difference with his AWP.
Wow, that grenade took Hyper from 17 to 1 health. It could have easily been a 2-man advantage here for Cloud9, but 1 health in Counter-Strike is enough to get a lot done if you're in the right position. Rylan is hearing everyone running past him right in front of him. He's going to be walking out and catching Skadoodle, hits the headshot, and escapes back through the smoke like a ninja.
And that sets it up for Groovy here on balcony. Instant headshot from nothing, though. That's exactly what had to happen. Freakazoid's going to walk in, and he gets the spray down on Furlan, getting caught out. The positioning and the timing just not working out, and what a great fadeaway headshot from Freakazoid on Rollin as he gets back around that corner. Shroud heard the steps coming from a mile away. There's nowhere for Hyper to live or hide with that 1 HP. And Cloud9 right back into it, and this is a nightmare for Vax standards. Their money keeps getting reset. They keep having to go for these awkward force buys, which is again why perhaps Cloud9 keep going over towards Plateau. Like, we know you don't have the nades to stop us. You're constantly forcing up.
Even forcing up with the naked AWP buy here on Rylan.
Man, for Furlan, that's frustrating for Furlan. He actually got the leg shot off before Freakazoid got the headshot.
Not good enough, I guess. Oh, they're going to be boosting up on the Fortress in the corner there, but I don't know. That's a position that's become very, very common to check. I don't see many teams these days that don't actually check it. I'd be surprised if Cloud9 don't.
You have to. You ever watch Titan play this map, you know, you're going to check that spot. And, well, Rollin this time around is going to catch Shongaz, trying to go for a bit of a cheeky crouch peek around the corner there. Rollin was just ready for that angle, and there is no longer going to be any action over on the A side. It's looking like, once again, that bomb is making its way back through the halls towards the B site. 3 players already set up here. They're going to go for the smokes as well. Right. And Hyper's getting into a spot we haven't seen really yet from them yet. I mean, oh, well, no, he was there before, obviously, for his triple spray down, but he hasn't been able to get up here before, or since then.
See if he can make it work. Flashbang there. Now he's going to hide in the corner. They have Molotov to check this if they want to, but they'll be playing close here with the UMP. About 40 seconds left on the clock. They need to make a move at some point here, Cloud9. They're only a man down, which is just 1 entry frag away from equalizing the score. Hyper still hiding here. Shroud, you can tell he wants to check it. He's a little bit worried. It's for Mars versus AK. He's going to miss the first shot here. Skadoodle going to go down, but Shroud with a quick refrag. Freakazoid coming into it as well, and now it's back to an even scoreline here. Groovy, though, with the UMP, and also Rylan with the WP, making it work. Shroud now, the last man left. 1 versus 3, so Vexed turning it around. And the bomb is dropped in the middle of nowhere. It's going to be Groovy getting a double with the UMP. And Vexed bringing it back, and Hyper actually calling for a bit of a timeout. Not sure if it's a tactical one or a technical one. I guess we'll find out in a second. Do want to bring up a point, though. The opening frag of this round happened on Sean Gares that was over at the A side of the map. So if Vexed have been watching demos from Cloud, and you have to assume that they have, I'd be shocked if they didn't. It also becomes a problem because it becomes somewhat transparent that when you kill Sean on one side of the map, most of the time you can assume that the rest of the team is on the other side of the map. It's very like what NIP used to play like. Whenever you would find Get Right alone, you would, or whenever you kill him, you'd know that he'd probably be alone, and the rest of the team would be somewhere else. So maybe Cloud9, I think that's part of the reason why Vexed were feeling a little bit confident in rotating 3 people into B, is because they'd already found Sean, so they could guess that the rest of the team might be somewhere else.
So it's that calculated risk, right? Based off the odds. Ooh, double AWP is going to be the play here for Vex, though. So they're going to go right into this. I mean, they got a free AWP off of Skadoodle in the last round again, right? They're just trading these AWPs. I actually wonder how long that AWP has been in play now as far as the rounds are concerned, because it just feels like it keeps getting picked up round after round. But that's the pause over with, or at least it should be. Nope. Somebody disagrees, Sanders. Somebody.
There's always that one person, right?
One guy. But it looks like he's going to make up his mind real quick. This is such a scrappy map, though. It's really hard to see who's going to come out ahead because both teams, their money just keeps getting wrecked, and it just seems to happen one after another.
Right. So maybe we should actually point this out, because since it is a major tournament here, and it always ends up introducing Counter-Strike to a lot of new people, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's one of the really big benefits, I feel like. We should say normally people don't trade as much as this. Normally in Counter-Strike, you end up stringing together a couple of rounds, because that's how the economic system works. You know, you win a couple of rounds, you get a better economy. The other team can't really afford to buy a rifle, so then you get a couple of free rounds before they can really buy it again. So all this trading back and forth is definitely a little bit outside of the norm, and it does make for some very weird gameplay. So we'll see if it's gonna ultimately turn out heavily in favor of one team or the other. Right now it's 4-5, so a very even scoreline here. We'll see if Cloud9, with a bit of a force up here, can make this work.
I'm so glad to see. There it is, the shot from Pete, but Hyper's changed up his position as well. He's going to try and hold the line, but a great flash is there. He still takes Skadoodle out, and Pete, still alive on the site, will drop, but not before taking out nothing with him. So 3 players going into the retake. Groovy right on the edge, going to go for that flash. Is it going to work? Is it going to be effective? It will, but actually the man uses the smoke to hide in, and it's going to be Freakazoid with the flank.
Oh, Rallen with the wrong weapon out, and now Furlan trying to see if he can creep around here. Freakazoid now with the triple kill, looking for the quad. He sees him, but he's not going to try and go for the shot. He's so low on health, picks up the AWP instead, and that's something that we don't get to see every day. Smoke is up as well, and Freakazoid not going to hit the shot. Furlan instead, 1 kill, but a huge impact kill at the end there, saving the round for Vexed. Otherwise, it would have been a quad clutch for Freakazoid. It's going to tie the scoreline at 5-5 and moving into the 11th round. And because of the bomb on Cloud9, I mean, they could go for 1 AK and Tech 9 armor on the rest. If they really feel pressured, if they feel like they should get a lot out of this round, then it's possible to try it.
I agree, yeah, and we are seeing a bit of a quasi-buy. They're just going to drop down to around 2,200, 2,500. So, I mean, Freakazoid's got enough money to be able to drop an AWP for Skadoodle in the next round. Yeah. So, we'll be a full buy. But we're right on the edge here for Cloud9. They don't want Vex getting really past this point. 9-6 is what Cloud9 should be aiming for. 10-5 would be ideal. So, if Vex can actually slam them right here in this round, get that 6th round and start locking it down, end on a 10-5 or a 9-6 scoreline going their way, Cloud9 are going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they are grouping up for a bit of a split on the A-bomb site, lining him up. Rallen and Furlan both very clean work here from the Polish side, you've got to say. Shroud making it a little bit messy at the end, but clicking away is Rallen. He's going to win that fight, and that's going to be Vex taking the round lead, making it 6-5 in their own favor, and we'll see if they can continue on this path here. So far, I'm just going to check. Yeah, that's the first time anyone's won 3 in a row in this half here.
Yeah, actually, you're right, and looks like we have another pause coming in here. So I'm curious to see if Cloud9 actually decide to go for an execute on the A side at this point. Whereas like right now it's been Sean Garris lurking, or it's been Pistols kind of just running out into the open, but are we going to see like a real smoke wall execute onto this A site after drawing some attention to the B side early on, right? Try and force some nades out of the B side, make it again sound like you're going to rush in to get control of that plateau area, but then back off immediately and start heading over towards the A side, start setting up for something that perhaps could catch Vexed off guard, try and just change up the pace here a little bit. And is this attack pause? It's kind of hard to tell now with all these, you know, these shifts that keep happening here, Anders.
Yeah, it's been a couple of hiccups, so I'm not exactly sure what, but it seems like we are back into it. So probably not a tactical pause, probably just someone's headset needs to be readjusted, someone needing a shoulder rub, you know. Yeah. Whatever else. Some cookies.
There is a DreamHack admin in the booth, you know.
Yeah. There are still more cookies if you need some, Lynn.
Yeah, no, dude, don't do this to me. It's enough sugar for one day.
You say that now, but I see you up in the Twitch lounge later on.
It's time for a sip of my refreshing monster.
Ah, there we go. Thorin would be proud. AWP on Pete still, and Skadoodle has his no armor though. We'll see how that's going to work out. He's setting up for a bit of an aggressive play that might be coming out, and it's not far off either. He might actually have the patience for it. Rallen playing close in the middle, actually, interestingly at the edge of the smoke. That's a very cool position. Furlan here, ready to see if he can catch someone close by.
Oh, and that flash, perfect. It's going to slow Cloud9 just enough. He gets that Molotov down, and now Furlan's got a little bit of time to work with. Rollin is also rotating back up into the A side to cover the backside of the exit onto the A side itself. And so now, well, Cloud9, they have the bomb over here towards A. They've made some noise over on B side as well, and they have succeeded in forcing out some nades. Are they going to commit to this, though, Cloud9? Are they really going to say, it's time to take it towards this A side? Let's see if we can actually catch Vexed off guard.
I would love it if they tried for an A split, because they do have the 2 people near drop, so you can actually drop people in there, and then instead of splitting B, which is by far the most common way, you know, try and run towards the A bomb side instead. They've got the bomb on that side anyway. With about 40 seconds left, they are still shuffling around the middle just a bit.
And Vexed are doing a very good job of playing super passive on the A side right now. They've both fallen back to the side. There's a man in connector who can rotate over quickly. Exactly, Groovy coming over. Now he has to be careful about going for a shoulder peek, though, because Skadoodle's there, and Skadoodle misses the shot. What a bit of a risky play there from Groovy. Luckily, he gets away with it. But now the push begins. Cloud9, only 20 seconds left, Anders, to make this happen.
Yeah, this is some madness play coming out here from the NA side. They need to move so fast at this point in time. Rallen up there. Sean going to get the double opening. He goes down. Nothing with the refrag on Groovy. And now it's going to be down to Hyper and Pete. 2 versus 4. And they're not even going to try and test it, it seems. Pete already falling back. They realize this is gone. The bomb is going to go down. Oh, with just a couple of seconds left. They actually delayed that a little bit further than I thought they would. That is going to tie the scoreline, and a great entry. I mean, double there for Sean Gaz. That's going to be big.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we'll get a little bit of a replay there from his perspective, because there was a bit of an effective crossfire going on there. I'm curious to see how he managed to pick up the first man, because obviously we then saw Rollin like jump up onto the roof to challenge it, because he felt like he had to do something at that point. Sean just on point, and they're of course going to be sending at least 1 man out to hunt right now, Cloud9. I think that they want to keep these 3 alive if they can, because their economy isn't that great.
I almost wish we get a replay of Hyper spray on whoever jumped down there. I think that was nothing jumping down, because that looked like it traced right behind him. Yeah, perfectly. That was kind of good. But well, 6 for 6 here, and moving into the 13th round. Let's see. Here's Sean opening up.
Yeah, he gets that angle on Furlan and Rollin. Excellent work there by Sean. That's a tough situation though for Furlan. I'm actually kind of wondering. I guess he didn't want to be so far back onto the site that they literally have no ground to give. But
yeah, it honestly, from when you see the replay, it kind of feels like maybe Vexed hadn't meant to be in those positions, or hadn't really thought them through, because definitely gave a big opening. I mean, they did have a guy shoulder peeking, but either way, it's Groovy taking out 1, going to be refragged by Nothing, who's now close here. Flashbang in once and twice, and he's going to go and look for it. Takes down Rallen as well. Shroud has gone down, but Sean gets there to get the revenge, and now it's going to be Pete and Furlan left. Nothing currently with the double kill. Bomb down as well, and Vexed. Last time they didn't want to go for the retake. This time they feel like maybe if we get the opening frag, we could do it. Grenade on out as well. And Nothing, triple kill on him. Sean's going to go down, but it doesn't matter. Furlan can't get this round.
Yeah, the damage is done at this point. And really, I think the key kill that just swayed everything Cloud9's way there is the duel between Nothing and Rollin when Nothing comes out of drop room. Rollin, you dodged the flash, so Nothing's coming out of there expecting you to be at least partially flashed, have an easier job of it. But Rollin completely dodges that flash and yet fails to pick up that kill. That was the big frag, because if you take out Nothing, then you have the man advantage going into that retake on the site, and everything is looking hunky-dory. But unfortunately, Rollin couldn't pull through on that one. It's just crazy actually looking at the score lines though, just as far as the frags are concerned, how even it is across the board for Vex. Like everybody's pretty much sitting on 9 frags, apart from Groovy who's on 8. So I mean, it's not like Rollin is, you know, lagging or not getting into the game. It's just that one key frag didn't go his way.
And it's another illustration of what we sort of termed yesterday as the cobblestone challenge. You end up losing control of either plateau or drop, or in this case almost both. Yeah. And whoever, even if you have 3 people on the bomb side, it's so hard because you're getting sandwiched very quickly. Shroud up here on the plateau, ready and waiting, and Hyper hiding in the smoke right in front of them. They're putting a couple of shots through, and it's going to move out. Going to get shot in the face. No head armor, I think, for Hyper there. Just a max 7 in his hand. They forced up this round, Vexed, and they might come back to haunt them. They just do not have the money in the 15th round if this goes bad, and it looks like it will. Sean picking up a kill here, and he's going to try and see if he can continue. Shroud not finding a kill just yet. There's the headshot on Rallen. Furlan going to be the last man left. No chance at all. team effort by Cloud9 and Freakazoid ultimately picking up a triple kill. It's going to be a really, really big turnaround here. It looked like it was so shaky, but now they're actually starting to get back in the game.
Nerves there, I think. What a horrible team flash for Hyper. He got flashed full as he tried to push through that smoke by a teammate. And so free kill there. His backstab doesn't work. His flank doesn't work. And again, Cloud9, they get that opening frag. They're doing a very good job now as we get into, well, obviously into the last round of this first half. They do a very good job of just pouncing. As soon as they get that first kill, now they're just starting to press forward and just explode onto that site. And again, very similar situation to the last A execute round that Cloud9 threw out. Two guys over towards B, just here to draw out the nades, keep some attention here from Vexed, and yet the bomb is waiting over in A apartments, and Cloud9 are currently casing that area of the map, trying to get the info.
Well, good opening from Pete at least, hiding in that corner. Shroud sort of almost sacrificing himself there. Not exactly sure what the point was because he didn't really get a lot of information. Rallen close by executing Freakazoid, and that's 2 opening frags now for Vexed.
You saw the bomb though, that's a lot of information. The rotation should come out. Groovy gonna take out Sean Gares, and still 2 players alive here. Skadoodle, of course, is always capable of everything, but then a perfectly timed flash from Groovy, and he just puts that UMP to work. 2 kills for him. Nothing now with the bomb, though, trying to make his way out from apartments, but Furlan's just going to annihilate him. So 7-8, Vexed with a force buy, and again with the scrappy rounds, Anders.
This is honestly an unforgivable round for Cloud9. If they end up losing the game, then you're going to have to look to rounds like that to think that that should never happen. This play from Shroud here, if he only had Tech9 armor and he just charged into the bomb side, I could think, okay, he wanted to see how many people were in there. If there was a stack, maybe they could rush in. I mean, to be fair, Vexed have gone for that B stack twice, and it's pretty much worked for them twice as well. So maybe they thought it was going to be a similar thing. They could have known that there wasn't going to be a lot of money, but with a full AK and grenades, that's a lot to just sacrifice.
It's just hard to get that information so quickly as well on the A site. There are so many angles that the CTs can be hiding around. They're probably going to be lurking quite a bit around connector as well, towards Boulder, towards those choke points. Hyper's always there. So what information did he get? Oh, or what? Rather, Pete got the kill, but still, there's one guy there, right? That's just how it went down that round. I don't know. Cloud9, I think, were trying to force the issue up, and maybe thought that perhaps they wouldn't have such a good buy on Vexed side.
But the thing is, if Shroud stays on the plateau and just makes some noise, if there was a stack going on, they'd probably show it after a while. They'd try and peek him all at the same time or anything like that. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a mistake there.
Well, now's the moment of truth for Vexed, because yesterday we saw them completely fall apart on their T side, and this is going to be it. Have they managed to make the changes? Do they have more confidence going up against Cloud9, considering the fact that, you know, it's still a fairly respectable half. 8-7 is totally workable as far as Vexed are concerned. If they get that pistol round, they get off to a strong start. Cloud9, they're going to be behind in this match. So Vexed right now, they have a great opportunity. We just have to see if they were able to go over that match yesterday, that catastrophe of a match yesterday, figure out what went wrong, and now adjust that for the North American team.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the Cloud9 team right here. I mean, Freakazoid is currently top fragging. He's supposed to be the entry fragger, though it seemed like Sean tried to do a lot of that too. Sean, but I mean, basically, it's him and Sean right now, which I think are almost the 2 people I would put at the bottom of the scoreboard if I had to make like the perfect Cloud9 game. It would have to be Shroud and Skadoodle and nothing topping the charts, and Sean and Freakazoid doing their thing. But not necessarily getting all the frags right now. So it definitely seems like there is some sort of misalignment going on in the Cloud9 team. We're going to the second half here. It's the first match of day 2 here of the major tournament, DreamHack Cluj Napoca. We're going to be seeing if Vexed can do what they couldn't do yesterday and have a really good T-side.
And we've got the raid boss already. Furlan's got that Tech9 Kevlar combo. Hyper spots out the man Freakazoid caught in apartments. He's going to be able to fade away. And there are 2 players still already on this site for Cloud9. Drops the bomb carrier though, Freakazoid. So that's going to buy a little bit of time. But then Furlan with that Tech9 comes into play. And they're just collapsing onto this site. Vexed, they aren't wasting any time at all.
Nice shot from Pete there. Nothing now getting surrounded. Shot in the back as well. It's Furlan showing up with that Tech9 and armor combination. He's got the double kill already. I was going to say it was a good job by Freakazoid early on, but maybe not good enough here. Sean trying to see if he can get the kill. There's too many people, and he doesn't have enough bullets for it now. It's all on Shroud here. They're going to give him an opportunity by facing. He actually gets 2 headshots. That was Furlan going down, but still just too many people on the terrorist side. And Vexed are going to win it. Big victory for them, and nice pace as well. You know, first of all, as soon as Freakazoid spots them out in the A courtyard there, that would be the first indication that maybe we should slow down. But actually, their reaction is to say, all right, we can catch him before he gets back. Let's catch him. They trade a kill with him, which is a great job by Freakazoid. He might as well have just died, and then they just keep going. And they actually overwhelmed Cloud9. So smart call, quick call from the Polish side.
I would have really liked to have seen Cloud9 actually eco. When you have Skadoodle as a key part of your team, as a key part of your strategy, give him the money for the op.
What?
That was a monster nade. Yes, that was dunked right there. But Freakazoid's doing the best that he can to try and buy time for, again, that rotation. Another 2 guys are on the A side. This is identical to the last round here for Cloud9. Can they do a better job this time? Can they actually get the kills?
That was a nuts amount of damage put out there by Freakazoid. That was an absolute touchdown. Furlan, though, doing a good job bringing it back. And Sean and Shroud, they're not really in great positions to try and do anything. Can't easily pick off players as they run past or anything. Smokes are going to help out with that problem. And seems like Vexed are going to be back into it here. Triple kill for Furlan, really stepping it up. Great job. I mean, Vexed are just playing a solid game of Counter-Strike right now.
Yeah, that was a great recovery. A little bit risky for Hyper to get that close to Sean Gares. 5-7, I mean, that's a lethal headshot right there, so one lucky shot for Sean could have done it. Another rifle dropped, but still, Vexed, you're absolutely right. They keep 3 players alive in that round. That's perfectly acceptable considering Cloud9 went for the force buy. And now this is really going to set the ball rolling here for Vex. This is that second hurdle. After the pistol, you survive the force. You're thinking to yourself, great, now we have a round where we can just farm up some money because they're going to be in a hard eco situation. And then we even have an easier buy round going up against us in the 19th round as well because Cloud9 now can't afford all of the nades. They can't afford the kits.
Just an interesting, even if minor point here, that Cloud9 not investing into any deagles or anything, which is something that, you know, a bunch of European teams have made great use of recently. The casual eco deagle.
Eco deagle, Dupree, vroom vroom.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's almost got to the point now where there's so many people who have become very good at hitting those deagle headshots. It's almost impossible to mention any of them individually, but. Yeah. It's the list is growing all the time. MBK in there, MBK. Snacks in there. Yeah, you've got a lot of people. A lot of people is what we're saying.
Enough of it.
And with the NA side, I mean, at least not this round, they're not willing to.
And Vexed have done a fantastic job. They've snuck their way out onto this plateau right now. A little bit of a delayed push onto it, and now the full rotation coming out here from Cloud9. Cloud9 again just trying to gamble. Instead of just running into the blender Cloud9, they're going to be backing off and just trying to set up to block off Vex. Because now Vex, this is also part of the process. Once you get onto the bomb site, you then need to secure a way off of that bomb site so you obviously don't go boom with the bomb. And so now Cloud9, with these pistols, instead of just running in and giving free kills to Vex against these rifles, they're going to try and find sneaky positions to try and catch Vex members off guard and maybe make away with one of those rifles. But unfortunately, as I say that, Freakazoid, the only man here holding in connector, gets picked off, and there's Vex out. Now they can get out of here scot-free.
Yeah, no problem. I like the position of Cloud9 because just what they're trying to do here seems like the most logical choice of trying to, you know, get in, drop if they exit the other way. Didn't really work out. I mean, Vexed were on top of it. Noticing something else that's lacking here, and Summer, you'll be delighted.
Oh, he's $50 short. Skadoodle, $50 short.
Are you trying to imply that he could have had $50 from earlier if they didn't buy?
I don't know what you mean, Anders.
Is that the logic here?
Never.
Is that how
Never that. Question, Sean Gares?
Is that how economics
For
work?
shame.
If you use the money twice, you can't use it later on? I am shocked as well. It's going to be the 19th round coming up, and Vexed are in the lead with 2 rounds here. This would be a, I don't know if it would be a shocking loss, but it would really be a big loss for Cloud9 here.
A catastrophic loss,
yeah.
I think is the word. Oh, and well, elementary mistake made already, leading with the bomb, but they are committed to this. Nothing, not going to get the double spray down. It's a 3-on-3 situation, and Shroud's been spotted. They know that he's right on the other side of that smoke. You can see them chucking HEs, and they're trying to hunt him down, and it nearly does the trick. Shroud down to 5 HP. Sean Gares gets chunked to 50 as well, but there's the angle. Shroud, he takes out Groovy on the site.
Oh, this is a big round for Shroud. He's already got the double. He's looking for a bit more. 1 bullet, and he's going to be gone. Sean is dead. Shroud is next, and now it's up to Freakazoid. All alone here. 1 versus 2. Got to see if he can do this. He has no head armor, no kit, no grenades, and they are in a perfect position to stop this. It's almost impossible. They would have to make a crucial mistake on Vex's side here, and Freakazoid's doing the only thing he can do, which is running away. What else can he really try and... I mean, you're right. The bomb dropping in there. And honestly, Shroud, when he came through that smoke, the timing was perfect. The only problem was he was flashed. So, I mean, the two Polish players on the other side, they were flashed too. So, if he hadn't been flashed, or if he had been just a little bit flashed, he would have had the perfect opportunity for a double spray down.
I'm not a huge fan of this pause as well. Man, I know it sounds like I'm ragging on Cloud9 a lot, guys, but I wish that they would go for an eco first and then go for the pause when they have the money for a full buy and they can decide how do we change things. But I suppose he's just trying to see if we can't get a quasi buy going here, get some pistols, get some nades, maybe try and push, figure out where they can hit Vexed hard. But the timeout, nonetheless, we usually criticize teams for taking the timeout too late in the game when it's too late to have an impact. It's just you're so far behind that it would take a miracle to get you back into it. Cloud9, at least this time, stronger as he's saying, you know what, before this gets out of hand, we're just going to talk about it right now and try and figure out what we need to change here on our CT side. But Vexed they're looking to be they're in a fantastic position. Nearly $9,000 on Hyper. They can have ops for days. 4 and 6 on Rollin and Furlan both. I mean, the economy is very strong on the T side, whereas Cloud9, they're still just trying to figure it out.
Look at their coach in the back lines. I mean, not Cloud9, but Vexed. You know, he's back there with all the pieces of paper, like everything, well prepared. To see what's up here.
Oh, they're very involved over on Vexed side.
The other problem
we saw that at Stockholm as well in the qualifiers.
The other problem is I think tactical timeouts have less of an impact when you're on the CT side because there's a limit to how many things you can change, and especially because if you take a tactical timeout and then you know you come up with like a big flashy play, that'll be, I think actually most terrorist sides, once the CT side takes timeout, the terrorist side will probably respond by saying let's slow play this round, see what they do. You know, if they come up with like a big boost or an aggressive push somewhere, we're just hanging back and waiting. We can easily spend 30 seconds doing that. So it's almost like those kind of timeouts kind of serve better for you know, just a morality boost. You know, let's get back in the game. Let's get everyone hyped.
Well, Vex could also be, that's also a confidence boost for Vex, right? Where it's like, we got them on the run, boys. Like they're already going for their timeout. Now we can play smart. We can just play safe.
3 HGs being purchased here on Cloud9. I don't think that's why they took the timeout. You could probably figure that out in the 15 seconds you have just to say, hey, let's try and triple grenade somewhere. But I am excited. I love the idea of triple nading.
Triple nade plateau, maybe try and catch Vexed out. Vexed are going to try and suss out the details. They might try and hold somebody out in the back of, you know, towards T-spawn at the top of A ramp, see if they can't catch anybody from Cloud9 pushing there. But Cloud9, they might want to go for the gamble as well and put, well, no, they aren't going for a big stack on the B site. Or maybe a bit of a delayed one. It seems like nothing is going to work his way over there a little bit later than his teammates.
Hyper putting in that early smoke, some good preparation there. It's going to be falling down right there. Let's see, grenades are out. Not really going to hit anybody. Skadoodle trying to sneak up behind, and Hyper just seeing it coming and checking for more. And Vex setting up and playing slow, just ready for it. Any kind of aggression that Cloud9 would have put out this round, they would have been there for it.
Yeah, completely nullified at this point. Now it turns into a standard bit of play. There's a man boosted up on the tree right now, so there's a little bit of an off angle here that Vex have to worry about that might catch them off guard. We have to see. That's going to be Shroud, of course. And so Vex, they have all the rifles. Now they have the nades. They're just going to go charging up. Excellent HE. That was a money HE right there. And Shroud is going to be able to take out Groovy. Shongares takes out Pete. The pressure is on Vex now. They need to keep their cool.
They are in drop as well. Hyper's coming up from behind. If he can catch Shroud, he's sandwiched, then he can't get out, and he's going to end up going down, but still hiding in the corner, and this is big. Freakazoid is there with the rifle. He needs just a little bit of an opening. Nothing is there just to create some noise. Freakazoid, they need to time this perfectly. There's going to be a lot of communication going on there. Freak, he shows the gun barrel now. He's just got that hen house. They can just blast through, and he'll end up going down. Freak is going to get one, but there's the kill. Rallen takes him out. Nothing. Stealing a Galil, and he's very close to the plant. He's going to get the one frag. Furlan's there to catch him. Almost the round for Cloud9. That was so close, but Vex, they're going to pick it up, and look at how the lead is just expanding here. 4 rounds is what they have on Cloud9. And once again, I would say, if I was Vexed, I would still be thinking about that tactical timeout. I would still be playing this round very slowly.
Very carefully. I'm amazed that, I mean, that was also, what do we have here? Nothing, okay, so it looks like Cloud9 going for another pause, maybe some, something happening here. But I mean, that's also Cloud9, that one HE made all the difference when you're dealing with pistols like that. Even if you can shave, I mean, he nearly shaved 40 HP off of 3 players. That's a nightmare for Vexed. When up close to P250 will headshot you and kill you instantly, if you're already down to 60 HP trying to push onto a site, that is so scary. So Vexed, it came really close.
You almost wish that they could have saved just one more grenade for that same spot there, but I mean, that's just all hindsight. Right now, just sorting out some technical issues on the Cloud9 side, and we should be good to go again. Currently, it's Furlan actually leading the scoreboard here with 20 kills. That is a pretty big lead.
He is doing He is doing a fantastic job. 24-9 for him. Runner-up on Cloud9 side right now is Freakazoid, actually. 16 frags, though, so we haven't seen that big jump throughout the second half. I think he ended the first half on 14, so, you know, he's slowing down a little bit right now. Shroud is starting to catch up a little bit, however. He's up to 11 with 4 assists.
This current streak for Vexed is also the largest we've had in the game so far here on this map. It's 5 in a row for them, and the most we've seen otherwise is 3. Either team took a couple of streaks like that.
Is this a pause? This is looking a lot like a tactical pause, but they've just used their tactical pause, Cloud9.
Maybe, I don't know. It probably is some small tech issue. You've got.
Well, I mean, we have to remind everybody, Anders, of just what's on the line here as well. This is an elimination match. You lose this match and you are out of the tournament. You are the first team out of DreamHack Cluj Napoca.
Yes, and some of the teams that everyone I think had, if not written off, then at least assumed wouldn't be going through, probably Vexed and Flipside were some of them. But
Sure.
people were willing to accept that there wasn't a big chance they would be making it past the first 2 matches. And right now, I gotta say I'm very impressed here.
This is. I mean, this might be slowing things down for Vexed as well. The timing of this pause. You know, they just want a key round. I mean, sure, it's allowing Vexed to talk things over, but then Vexed, do they really need to talk that much over right now? They've had some time to do so already. So I mean, there you have Hyper just trying to keep focused. I mean, this is everything. This is this one match that you need to be able to get into the second seed match that's going to be played out tomorrow throughout the day. We'll have all those best of 3 decider matches being played out throughout the day in the stadium tomorrow. But we can already kind of get an idea of what's going to happen here with Cloud9. Skadoodle has the money for his AWP now to be on that CT side. He can be that explosive player that can make the difference. He's only sitting on 7 frags right now. But with that AWP, this is one of those guys like Guardian. I mean, I would kind of put Guardian a bit higher than him in the rifling, just because Guardian can be a threat with any gun. But once you give him that AWP, it's like he hits another gear, and then he can just have such a huge impact on the map for his team. So now Skadoodle, where is he going to go to set up with this AWP? Is it going to be up on the plateau, or is he going to try and lurk around in A apartments, over in mid and connector? Like, where is he going to be deciding he has the best impact with the gun?
And is he going to have the freedom to do it as well?
Or not to be? Okay, never mind.
I'm just wondering if he's going to have the freedom for it, because it really feels like he hasn't had. He's actually bottom fragging right now on the server, 7 kills, so not really far behind the rest of his teammates by any means, but still, we haven't seen that cut loose Skadoodle that just is allowed to take shot after shot. Vexed have also been pretty good with the flashbangs and the smokes, which have made it a little bit more hard, but also Cloud9 keep buying so that he can't actually get the AWP. Now is a chance. It's not the best chance ever, but we'll see if they can make it work. It is currently 12-8 as we resume the game. See if Cloud9 can make some sort of crazy comeback here, or Vexed are actually going to edge them out, which definitely feels like right now is what's on the menu.
Well, we already have the anti-rush nades going out on both sides, in fact. A little bit of damage, just a smattering done to nothing, and Pete. And then Vexed, you know, they forced a couple nades out. They've done their job. There's the smoke. And again, nothing to getting tagged up, but this is all very standard fare. Vexed, though, everybody gathered up. They have no information as far as the push is concerned from Cloud9. They really are setting up for a full-out YOLO play here onto the B site, and Cloud9, they're in the perfect spot for this. They've got 4 players ready and waiting to greet them.
Smokes are raining in. They're dropping down into drop room as well, and nothing. He's on the bomb site. Shroud here trying to see if he can hide inside the smoke. They're right next to him. This ridiculous Shroud holding down Mouse. One, he's trying to escape. He's doing the damage and nothing picking up a kill. But Pete will refrag instantly. Skadoodle trapped in the back lines. He's going to have to hit the shots or he will go down. Shroud picking up Rylands. Skadoodle is there. Takes one. Shroud with another headshot. And now it's down to Pete. 1 versus 3 and they're going to make it work. Shroud triple kill. Started off that round bouncing up against the Vexed players inside the smoke. That could have ended horribly. A very important round here. And it will go in the favor of Cloud9. And I've got to say, that back position for Skadoodle is so scary. These smokes that go down to the flashbangs, he can easily become isolated from his teammates, and there's not a lot of cover back there.
No, it's like you say, you know, that hut is paper thin. So you're always having to worry about just where it's going to be coming from. Or where the shots are going to be coming from.
Well, 22nd round is coming up here. Vexed still able to buy. They've got money, but they've used all of it in this round, so they kind of have to make it work. Grubby is hiding all the way, or Grubby's hiding all the way out in the A courtyard, kind of like what we saw Hiko do on Liquid when they were playing on this map, just, you know, trying to see if he could stay back and wait for someone to come out, but nobody's playing aggressive right now on the Cloud9 side. Shorgez is in the middle here with the P90. Someone could pop flash him in. Freakazoid is up there with a pop flash, so see if he can actually make it work. Spraying down one. Freak picking up a kill as well. Still a good trade for Cloud9.
Now there's the damage. Smoke going up on connector a little bit late. Rotation can come out here for Cloud9, but there's still plenty of time here for Vexed. They still have a minute left on this clock. They don't need to commit to rotating the bomb out of here. Instead, they're going to count on Rollin to see if he can't, or no, not Rollin. Is it Furlan? It's Hyper.
Hyper hiding in the corner, and he takes down Shroud. If more people had been rotating through, that could have been really scary. It turns it back into a 3-on-3 right now. 35 seconds. Look how far back the bomb is. They need to get back in here. Hyper not exposing himself just yet, but where's that bomb at? Vexed really need some communication right now. They need to make up their minds, and some good in-game leadership here is called for. 20 seconds as they try and make their way back. There's 2 people still on this bomb site. This is a bit of a madness round coming out from the Polish side, but they're going to try and see if they can make it work. Hyper edging out the corners there, still on the site. Nothing going to pick up that well. Freakazoid picking up the kill, and now bomb, all that's left. It's not going to work out. Freakazoid with the triple kill, and as you saw there, the last player went down. 5 seconds was left. So I think that's when, if you're the captain of a team like this, I think you can get into a mode of thinking where you get stuck trying to figure out what the optimal decision is, and instead you end up making no decision, and that's almost even worse here. So
especially when you, I mean, I said there was a lot of time. That's when there's 55 seconds left on the clock. Yeah, okay, you have a little bit of time for discussion, but when you start getting to that 30-second mark, you need to go. You need to get onto that site and give yourself a chance to deal with these kinds of crossfire situations. That's just going to take time.
They were probably also hoping that Hyper's presence in middle would force Cloud9 to come and look for him and maybe make another mistake. But when Cloud9 just stood still and waited for a long time, at some point Vexed had to sort of make their own choice and say,
that's very well done.
Now we have to move, and they never did. So well, Sean in the middle here with the P90 again. Get right's going to be happy.
Yeah, hard eco though for Vexed. I mean, P90, he's just going to farm up some money. Unlike other SMGs though, with the P90 you only get $300, so it's not a huge cash grab. Shroud instead though is going to be plenty happy if they come charging into him, because he's getting $600 a pop there. Nicely done by Shroud. This is just going to build confidence here for Shroud as well. This is really going to give him, I mean, he had such a slow start in the first half. He needs to get these anti-eco frags. It's always a feel-good moment where you're just like, yeah, you know, 3 kills, you know, that's right. And then when the rifles come into play, bam, you're already ready to hit those headshots.
Let's be honest, when Shroud really gets up and running, he could definitely be the difference maker in a match like this. So see if it's going to be the case. He does go down, and Sean just rolls through the P90 and picks up the kill there. So it will be 12-11, and Cloud9 close to equalizing here. All on Skadoodle. They're also starting to stack up on the Molotovs and everything else. So it's looking progressively better for Cloud9.
And this is the moment of truth now, Vexed. Do you let Cloud9 tie things up, or do you proceed to try and break their economy again? Because now Cloud9, after such a solid anti-eco round, they have a decent bank. They can afford to buy up again if they lose this round. Vex needs to start winning those consecutive rounds, and well, we saw what happened yesterday when they went over onto their T side on this map. They struck, well, they didn't get a single round. So right now, Vex, they're off to the strong start in the second half. Now, can they actually bounce back here after Cloud9 have done a whole lot of work against them? They've spread out more across the map right now, Vex. They've tried to perhaps draw a little bit of attention over towards that B site, but still great nade control here from Cloud9. They didn't feel the fear. They didn't feel the threat over on B, so they still have a great nade count going into the rest of this round.
Sean waiting in that middle area. Not really too much aggression on the Cloud9 side, and I mean, you can do some great pump flashes down the middle, especially when Sean is this close. I wish they would try and go for it. With Freakazoid up in the back lines here, especially with the smoke just fading. If you pop a flash in right there, there's the flash from Freakazoid. Are they going to try and check behind it? Sean is running in. He's not going to overcommit, which I don't mind. He's actually going to try and see if he can get himself in, and he takes out Hyper. Really smart move, I think, from Cloud9. A little bit of aggression, and now they can play safe again.
But it was only one man, and we already see that Freakazoid actually starting to work his way back towards B. They didn't get a whole lot of information out of that. 30 seconds left again for Vex. It's all or nothing now for them. Smokes and flashes going up, and this is it. The execute comes through, but Sean Gares picks up 2 kills, and he could get a 4th. He does, in fact, do it. 4 kills with the P90. He might get robbed of the ace here, but I think Sean, yeah, he's going to go hunting for it. Of course he has to. But what a round from the in-game leader for Cloud9. Sean Gares with the P90 just doing work.
I mean, this is definitely like a mentally a different Sean Gares from what we're used to seeing. He's taking some fights that he wouldn't always try and take, and he's also winning a hell of a lot of them right now. I would question his second peek into middle. I know he had a Molotov up in the doorway like that, but it is dangerous trying to peek like that. If he dies down there, then it gives some space, but triple kill and eventually, well, the quad kill, but the triple spray down at the end there was just beautiful. 12-12, and the money for Vexed is not good, but they're going to try and force it anyway. They're down and drop. They're charging in. Sean Gares trying to see if he can hold it up. He's got some help from Shroud. Double kill for him, and now this push is kind of evaporating for Vexed. They need some quick kills, and Hyper and Rallen are going to give them a couple, and nothing with the return. Freakazoid up here, just taking care of business. Just Hyper left in a 1 versus 3, and he is trapped in the middle of all of them.
Yeah, he's going to have to deal with that triangle right now. Walks out into the crossfire, does take out one for nothing. So I mean that will have a little bit, you know, just a little bit of an impact on Cloud9's money. But that's not ideal here. It is going to be the full buy here for Vexed, or at least as close as it can get. But now it looks like it's Vexed. It's their turn to go for the pause here, Anders, to go for that tactical pause and start considering what they need to be doing here on their T side. So you've already mentioned the fact that you don't feel like, you know, CT side timeout, it's a little bit more of a tricky business to really get the value out of it. But on the T side, what do you think is going to be happening here for Vexed?
Yeah, that's such a difficult call. I mean, actually, what they just did is something that we brought up earlier, which is that A split through drop, even though they didn't really have, they all sort of went through drop, but they could do a variation of that, especially now that they've seen it's possible. You know, maybe just try something similar, except with rifles. It's definitely doable, and I would say, instead of maybe just rushing it, go a little bit slower, but then have someone come up middle as well. That's definitely, I think, a way to play it. The other thing that they haven't really been doing too much is like the full smoke execute on that B bomb side. That has been fairly popular. Get the bomb down and just try and see if you can make that work.
There has to be a whole process throughout the round for that kind of situation, though, right? I mean, they have to be able to push out onto the plateau, force some nades out of Cloud9, you know, put the pressure on, but then also, you know, show their presence over at A before they can kind of wrap back around towards that B side for a full execute. I mean, there's like a process that needs to happen if it's not just an all-out YOLO rush, right? So I'd love to see that kind of play coming out from Vexed, a real thorough approach to it, rather than the hesitation that we seem to be seeing from them right now. I think that's the main thing, is the confidence. And after the beating they took yesterday from Fnatic, you can probably believe that this is going to be, you know, like it's in the back of their heads still.
I do like the YOLO rush, though.
YOLO rush is where it's at, no doubt.
It's close to my heart. Cloud9 have somehow ended up back in the lead here, 13-12, and after a tactical timeout from Vexed, we'll see what they can come up with. Skadoodle gonna take down one. Nothing is here. He almost drops Rallen, but he's gonna get fragged, and Skadoodle goes down. Groovy with the refrag here. It's looking good for Vexed now. 4 versus 3 if they can just get that bomb plant, but one goes down. Rallen is very low on health, and they're practically lined up for Shroud. This is dangerous. Sean picks up one with the Molotov. Another headshot comes in. Freakazoid is there. Sean goes with a triple kill, and that's gonna be Cloud9 back to 14 rounds. Great retake, never giving Vexed any chance. They get the bomb down, yes, but they have no chance to actually get into any kind of position. Nice job.
That was just the straight up YOLO rush. So we got one of our wishes, I guess, right? You know, okay, we haven't really tried the all-out rush just yet. Let's see if we can make it work. Sean, man, great control from him, even with these smokes going down. Also, you know, great uses of the flash coming out. I mean, great use of the flashes from Cloud9's part. They literally burned a guy alive. He was just blind. He never even saw he was standing in a Molotov. So, I mean, a lot of things working out there for Cloud9 on the retake. But Cloud9 now, they're the ones with all of the confidence. Vexed, because they've lost so many rounds in a row at this point, they can go for a full buy after that bomb plant, but it's not going to get any easier. And now, this is it. It's crunch time. Can Cloud9 get up onto match point?
And this is where experience becomes a really, really important thing. Like, the pressure is always big when you're playing at a major tournament, but now Vexed is just a couple of rounds away from being eliminated, and they've got to step it up here, and that's where you've got to try to be in this position at least a couple of times so you can sort of know how to emotionally deal with it and keep your focus in the game. And I think that's something the Polish side here is going to really have to work on now. No mistakes from here on out.
No, exactly. They can't afford it. They have 3 smokes, a handful of flashes. Sean Gares, no joy this time. He gets caught by Hyper, so there's 1 kill over on the A side. But they have pushed 2 players into drop now, and Shroud, he has to be aware of it, exactly. Closing off that angle, really trying to make the odds favor him. There's the pop flash in, but they turn away. Follow-up flash, though, and the spray down from Shroud. Double kill for him and drop, and that forces Vexed to fall back and try and change up their angle. They're going for the A site with 30 seconds left.
big win there for the Canadian player, and it's going to be up to Hyper and Groovy left here. I mean, I love the fact that Hyper didn't get caught by that pop flash again, because it's the same one they tried to do earlier from Cloud9, and this time it didn't quite work. Shroud jumping once, and a good jump as well. Just getting him some bit of information. Bomb is down here, and Hyper, last man left, gonna go down to nothing, and also no time left. It is match and map point here for Cloud9, 15-12. They've come back into this game in a big way. It took a 5-round win streak on the second half here for Vexed before Cloud9 finally stepped it up, and now they're up to, what, 7 rounds in a row?
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
scary.
No, it's exactly what happened to Vexed yesterday. Except the Vexed, this time around, they got the pistol, so they got a bit of an easier start, and they were able to do some work. But then once Cloud9 figured out what needed to happen, Vexed just don't seem to be able to deal with it. 3 rounds separate these teams. Vexed need these 3 to take it to overtime, and Cloud9 are now on match point, and again, nothing. Straight up onto Plateau, and this time it doesn't work out for him. Hyper, again, first kill of this round.
Catching nothing a little bit early then, so really good job. Hyper seems to be playing his part right now. Bomb still very far back, and Vexed, they know they have the advantage, and they really don't want to give it up for nothing here. Traditionally, the stack, if there is one, is going to be towards the B side of the map, so I don't blame Vexed for thinking that maybe we could find a way into A here. Freakazoid right now, the closest one by, I think, where Sean is probably going to get smoked off, so Freakazoid might actually be alone in this situation.
Yeah, excellent peek there by Freak as well. He got all of the information. Already the rotation coming through now from Cloud9. They know that the bomb is here. Freakazoid out in the open though. Big risky play from him, and he gets caught. And Sean, no impact. He actually gets run over. Groovy with the double kill. So it's going to be down to Shroud and Skadoodle, and this is a bit too much to ask of them. 2-on-4 situation. Hyper turns away. Ska misses the shot. Shroud is there though, brings it back. And now we're into a 2-on-3. Bomb is planted though in Cloud9. Do they know just how much damage has been dealt to Vex? That Groovy's sitting on 1 HP right now.
I'm not sure if they realize quite. Great round from Vex though, and Groovy especially taking down Sean in that corner was huge. And Shroud and Skadoodle, they should just be backing up and saving what they've got here. Shot not going to kill Groovy, and he's down to 1 health. In fact, what ridiculous nonsense is this? And Shroud is going to go down. Rallen just getting the shot through the doorway. Pete wants to pick up something. I'm not going to be successful in stealing that AWP away. 15-13 and moving into the 29th round. If it goes to overtime, I don't know if there's any predicting who will win it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it could really go either way at this point. I mean, we always say the experienced team should be favored in this case, but
Cloud9 would be devastated if they don't close out the game here.
Exactly.
Like, that would be so upsetting to them. So look at this shot.
I mean, Groovy, this round, that was his round right now. I mean, in just of all the times for an individual performance to come to the fore to make the play, that was a perfect time for it. Hyper eating a lot of nade damage going out onto Plateau, but he made it through the smoke. He does manage to at least spot out a little information there. Again, Vex just trying to draw some attention, but Skadoodle, he just sits here on this site, and there it is. From upskirt, he manages to pick off Hyper. So man advantage now for Cloud9 in this, yet again, the second match point.
A very fine job indeed. Relatively simple kill, but it definitely does matter. And if they don't hear any more presence over at Plateau, that's also an indication of a very, default strat almost on the terrorist side, which is send one guy lurking out on Plateau, and then the rest of the team does something else. So if Cloud9 were a little bit adventurous, they might try and just see if they could at least hear anyone, or maybe force something with a couple of grenades. In the meantime, the clock here is actually working quite heavily against Vexed. 40 seconds left, trying to make it on it. There's still 2 Molotovs, 2 HE grenades, and a bunch of flashbangs on Cloud9's side, so they can slow down these pushes a lot.
This time Vex at least have some nades to work with. And there we go. Smokes, flashes going out. Freakazoid taking up that passive angle. He's going to be facing, and Pete is gone. But Rallen, he takes out Sean Gares. In the meantime, Freak drops right into Groovy's Waiting's arms. And now this is starting to get a little bit scary. 2-on-2. Furlan up on the site. But again, 50 seconds, and it's not going to be enough. The bomb gets dropped. Scott with the last frag. And Cloud9, they lock down the map. 16-13 in the end. Cloud9 will move on to the elimination match, and Vex will be going home. The first team here as well.
Very, very good job from Cloud9, keeping their cool, ending up winning, was it 8 or 9 rounds in a row? I think 8 or 9 rounds there. So very, very good job, and that's going to be a big victory and a big relief for them, obviously.
This is everything. I mean, so much weight on their shoulders. They've been touted as the best in NA for so long, and online they have done work. I mean, it wasn't since the summer that we've really seen them have high impact on LAN, but they have been showing good results coming into this major, and so now, and the question is whether they can carry that on into a best of 3 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's going to be important. And with the kind of slip-ups they had just in this one match, you've got to be worried. There's a lot still to work on, obviously, for Cloud9 and Vexed. You've got to feel like, I would have loved to see them on a different map than Cobblestone, just to see what that would have been like, because that terrorist side of theirs is still lacking a couple of things. And I mean, they were so close, once again, so close to doing it. And the first time they were so close to doing it against, what, Fnatic? That's also mad, isn't it?
It's got to be very frustrating for Vexed. I mean, they don't have the highest hopes, but they came into this and they still had an impact. But it is going to be up to Red Eye now to figure out just what's on Nothing's mind from Cloud9.
Thank you very much, Jordan. Hello, how you doing?
You know.
You know, okay. Let's talk through the match a little bit, because there were some moments in there where things weren't going very well. 12-7 down, tactical timeout. What's going through the minds of your players?
I mean, losing some of those key rounds on T side, that eco round when we went B. I mean, it's one of those things where you're playing a team where you have more experience than we say, okay, stay in it. I mean, it's the cliche things you hear normally, you know, it's try to win, try to stay in it. And, you know, we played through it well, and big rounds from Shroudy and Ryan and everyone to keep us in it, so yeah.
What about your personal performance? How do you rate it?
I was a little...
You're always very critical of yourself, but generally, how do you feel you're playing right now?
I felt good before the tournament. Right now, I felt a little shaky. I have an excuse there. A couple rounds, I don't know if you saw, I look at the ground, I'm like, my mouth's spazzing out. I'm thinking I'm killing people and stopping shooting, so I just got to focus up and get ready for Friday or tomorrow.
How much of that is in your mind sometimes? Because I know that you're a passion player. You play with what you feel, and if things don't feel right, how does that affect you?
Not a lot, and you know that's why people hear me joking about meditation and stuff a lot, because it is key for me to like get out of my head, and you know everything is in the preparation. If you're not ready come tournament time, you're probably not going to be ready. So yeah, just gotta do what we know we can and stay clear-minded. Yeah.
Vexed, good team, obviously dangerous team as well. You knew that going into the game. So what were your preparations going into it?
We kind of felt like it'd probably be Dust 2 or Cobble versus them based on what they like to play. And we watched their game yesterday, of course, and that was pretty much most of the preparation we had.
Cobble was popular this time round.
Yeah, definitely.
Plans for the rest of the day? What are you going to do? You going to relax, chill out now?
Yeah, the jet lag still making me tired around 8 p.m. So I'm going to go back, get some food, and talk about, you know, matchup. Fnatic and Luminosity play in a couple hours, right? So watch that game.
Any predictions between that one? That's Fnatic running away with it, isn't it?
I mean, you would say so, right? You would think so, but Luminosity, the Brazilians always come with a lot of passion and a lot of heart, so it should be a good game.
Thanks very much, Jordan. Ladies and gentlemen, Nothing. Take care. And we are headed to a very quick break, but when we come back, don't forget, we do have the incisive minds of the Intel analysis desk. We'll see you in a few.
Walk into the crossfire.
Yeah, that was not a good situation. And again, I mean, they're stacking that bomb side by Vexed, and that was all they needed. Scout eventually showing up to help out as well. Very strong start in Cloud9. They can even get the AWP on Skadoodle, which everybody should know by now is definitely a good sign for Cloud9. But the question is it going to be quite enough here? Vexed, they've turned the tables quite early on in this match.
I understand Rollin wanting to take a little bit of a risk, but honestly, Rollin, I'd really like to see you just go for the M4. Don't farm any money. Slam Cloud9. Give your team the best chance possible to survive with all 5 members alive, and just beat them up. You can farm money in the next round where Cloud9 will be fully going.
I think we might already start this round.
We'll have a pause coming in.
Yeah, because it seemed like everyone was standing still, so I think there was like a collective acceptance of the fact that there was some sort of technical issue, which happens every once in a while. So, I mean, AWP on either side, and I guess we'll see how that unfolds. I think it was Pete who ended up having it, so Pete versus Skadoodle. I mean, just based on pure reputation, you'd say Skadoodle comes out on top, but and maybe he's in fact going to need to.
Well, I mean, they're trying to vote for some kind of reset here so far.
Yeah, they'll sort it out, no problem. Or they'll get some help, I'm sure.
Sean, you got a 5-7 for free. Well done. I mean, this is unfortunate. This is such an important round, and there we go. We'll have the pause, and we should have the reset coming through, so it shouldn't be an issue. We should have the same kind of money that's coming into that they would have had to begin with at the beginning of that round. As you can see, it's just hard reset, no issue, and we get to just start again. Hyper was the one having some PC issues before. That was what the delay, you know, an update for you guys. That was why we had such a long delay. So hopefully that's not going to come back to plague him here.
Well, what we can tell is that Pete also had the Mac 10 here, but he goes for an AWP, at least that's what he did last time. So we'll assume that he does something similar again here. I think that's definitely a reasonable idea as well. Sean here in the middle, trying to make up his mind about what to do. I think this early turnaround is a particular problem for Cloud9 because I don't think they're that good at handling these situations.
No, and right now there's going to be just a little. At least Sean Gares, he's kind of held on to the element of surprise. They didn't really show too much. Vexed, they weren't pushing for info. Cloud9 didn't go for any kind of rush. So the game plan, Cloud9 could run the same thing over again. It's not going to be a problem. They don't need to just start thinking, well, you know, we showed our hand last round, so now we got to change it up here. Maybe go for a strat that isn't going to work because we really wanted to go for that last strat. You know, you avoid an awkward situation here for Sean Gares at least. But we should be getting back live into the game. We can hear the ticking happening there. You guys can actually see some of the additions made to the stage as well. The going from the mini.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the DreamHack Open in Cluj, Napoca, and we're about to get underway in the first game. It is Cloud9 versus Vexed. Obviously we've been talking about it a lot, but what we haven't done is really start committing to what all of this analysis means. So I'm going to start with you, Say.
I hate that I'm first in this one because this is a really tough one to call. I mean, we've obviously talked about it in a way that we think Cloud9 have potential to lose this, but in saying that if they're the ones that can lose this, that also means they're the ones that should win this. It's an interesting mix. Again, T side needs to be strong for Cloud9. It was weak for Vex. Their CT was strong, which shuts down Cloud9, and that it's going to be double digits both teams. I honestly don't feel a gut feeling on which one will win. If I don't do it, I'll be shot when I go back to North America. So I'm going to say Cloud9 probably 16-13, 16-12, but it's going to be dead close.
Henry, I'll bring you in and obviously feel free to give us something a bit more detailed as the ex-pro.
Sure,
here.
like it's kind of similar sentiments really. Like everything points to it's going to be a very close game. I would say potentially even overtime here going forward, but it depends. Do we know who's starting CT yet?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be
Vexed to CT.
Yeah, Vexed to CT.
I mean, well, that's the thing, right? We know that their CT side can be very strong. It just depends how Cloud9 come out of the traps here. Are they going to be showing up? We haven't seen them today. We saw them in poor form yesterday. Majors for these guys have not been fantastic, so hopefully we can see them step up. I would like them to, as the stronger team and part of the top end of the scene, I would like to see them actually take this one. I think it will go to overtime though. It's going to come down to the crucial factors here. Freakazoid not being able to step up yesterday, 2 for 15 or something like that. He needs to be on point. He needs to be backing up Shroud. They're going into the B bomb site and stuff. We know that's the bomb site they favor. Vex could be well aware of that. They need to bring another string to their bow here. They need to be more focused on the A site, A executions, getting down the long hauls, for example. That's going to be a massive factor as well. Pistol rounds as well. Obviously, it goes without saying. Pistol rounds, if you can pick up both of those, it's always guaranteed.
I think the game's going to be that close, actually. I think the pistol rounds are going to be absolutely vital. So do we have any insight as to who the better pistol team is?
Not really. I would say Cloud9 because of aim and just the fact that they've got that individual skill. Usually that favors pistols, but I'm glad you brought that up because usually we look at, as casters and analysts, we go, oh, second round pistol, they need this to give them, or second half pistol to give themselves a chance. I think we're Cloud9 starting on T, and we know how strong Vex CT is. They need the first pistol. I think that's even more important.
The best pistol player in this game will be Shroud.
Yeah,
he's the most skilled pistol player.
Yeah.
The difference is, as a team, they're very up and down on pistols actually, because sometimes you can have some nice ones, sometimes he's non-existent. Freakazoid's not that much of a factor on pistol rounds. Sean Gares again, not so much.
Well, Sean yesterday was actually really strong in the pistol. Obviously, it's just one game, but that's one of the players actually won them a pistol round. I think he got 3 kills on the CT side of Dust too. So if you can pull out that kind of form, sure, let's see what happens. But on Cobble, you're kind of limited for what you can do with the pistols, really. Like it's kind of pretty much standard meta. You either split A through drop down.
Pace as much as they are. Look at him, Skadoodle all the way back in spawn now.
What was that about?
I'm not sure.
Did he try and double buy a smoke?
Forgot his lunch.
I mean, maybe he tried to get back there before the time, but that would have been way past this. I don't even know. Maybe he was just checking to see if there wasn't any backstab potentially. You know, coming in from the A side, because Cloud9, they did a great job right now of forcing all of the utility out of Vex. They made it sound like it was going to be a rush, so Vex chunked all of their nades onto that plateau, trying to stop that. And so now Cloud9, they pretty much have full control of the situation. There's a single flash left on Pete to try and stop any push coming in here from Cloud9, and that's really important. Only issue is that Cloud9 only have an HE. They don't have anything to make their lives easier either.
But look at this genius movement here from Sean, actually getting all the way around, and by the fact that he's here, he's realizing there's a stack on B. There's nobody on this A side, nothing checking it out. So Sean individually, without having killed anybody yet in the game or in this round here, has basically just won this round easily for Cloud9. That's, I don't know, it's a good side of Counter-Strike that we don't always get to see. That just took that one move. Once he's in the connector in the middle there, it's pretty much all done with. So Cloud9 definitely going to win the round. Vexed, though, on their side, a good judgment call, I think, as well, not to try and fight. Just save what they have for the next round. Why not?
There you go. A little bit of a shot, missed initially. So Shroud now knows that he's going to be in a bit of a dangerous situation here if he hangs around. He's got the teammates rotating in to give him a helping hand, though, so it's not the end of the world for him. He's just not peeking out, and this is actually going to be that standstill where neither of these teams actually want to risk losing what they've invested into this second round. Yeah. So Vex, they get to hold on to their investment. They went for a gamble, putting everybody over on that A site, or rather on the B site by mistake, and it's just if Cloud9 go towards the B site, fantastic. If they don't, Vex save, and they get another chance this round.
Which also probably means that if a similar situation unfolds in this particular round, I bet Vex will be a little bit more aggressive, because this time, obviously in the 4th round, they're going to be buying. So we'll see. Still the 3 SMGs, and I wish Cloud9 would use them to try and open up bomb sites. You know, be aggressive with the players where you can sort of afford to give up an SMG early in the round. It's not the end of the world. And looks like Shroud is making his way out onto Plateau with that Mag 10 in hand. Hyper's right in front of him. Flashbang gonna actually catch both players. The Freakazoid dropping low. Right now they're just trading. Ruby gonna go down, and Hyper Furlan picking for a second kill. Another headshot comes in. It's Pete landing at Sean Gares. Now it's all up to Shroud and Skadoodle left here. 2 versus 4. A great 3rd round start here for the Polish side.
And the bomb is dropped in the wrong place as well. Furlan will get forced out into the open, but he's so quick with that pistol. Takes this fight, and neither one gets a kill. Skadoodle instead is gonna be the one to take out Furlan. So good teamwork there on Cloud9's part, but this bomb, it's dropped in the middle of nowhere. He has to commit Shroud, and he just gets sprayed down by Hyper. Excellent play from Vex in the end, just whittling Cloud9 down. And where that bomb dropped after that kill came through with the bomb carrier, there was no backing up for Cloud9. They had to take the fight. They had
and through towards middle, or you just straight up rush B. Those are kind of the 2 options you have right now. It's a little bit random in terms of whether the CT just gets the first kill, what kind of aggression they're showing, and whether they're going to actually all sit back and just allow the T's to plant. So it's going to be really interesting. It's difficult to call how the pistols will go down specifically, but obviously they're going to be a key factor here going forward. If Cloud9 can win this T pistol, I think they'll win the game.
Yeah, and obviously we're all hoping Shroud will rock out with his Glock out. Duncan, I'll bring you in here. I want to talk just a little bit about your thoughts, get your predictions, and then we'll get the other 2 to commit to who's going to win.
I'm actually going to say Cloud9 will win, because the thing is, even though I think map pool has gone pretty well overall for the guys here, it could have gone worse. If it had been Train, I actually would have gone with Vex, but instead they'd edge it out. I think overall the quality of Cloud9 will prove out, and they'll overall, the Skadoodle will show up on that B site, and I think that's what will win them the game. They'll do kind of a subpar Fnatic. They'll just win the CT side by enough that they're able to make it. So I'm not that worried if they have like a mediocre T-half.
Sure.
If they get 5-6 rounds, I think it can be enough. The CT can get it done for them, so I'm going to take Cloud9 to win this one.
Yeah, I think 16-12 is probably where it'll end up.
You're going with Cloud9 as well?
Just one final thought is, like we said, Cloud9 like to watch all the demos and stuff. The best thing about this outcome is they have a fresh demo of Vexed on Cobble. So if they have watched that, it's the most up-to-date demo they have available. I'm sure Sean has done his homework, and we know they can kind of benefit from these demos, and hopefully he can orchestrate some sort of performance that kind of counters what Vexed do. So I'm going to say, I kind of speculated over time, but just with that thought in mind, I think Cloud9 will take it around 16-13, 16-14.
I mean, I would like Vex to win. It'd be funny. We have some good. I tell you what, the segment after that will be brilliant, guys. But I think Cloud9 will take it.
All right. Well, look, gentlemen, thanks a lot for all of your thoughts. So without any further ado, I think it's time to get this show on the road. So it is going to be the first game of the day. It's going to be Cloud9, North American hopes riding on their shoulders versus the somewhat unknown quantity of Vexed from Poland. And bringing you this game, it's going to be the premier CSGO casting duo of Anders and Semler. Take it away, boys.
Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It's the first game of the day, and it's going to be Vexed versus Cloud9 here on Cobblestone once again, here with Semler. How are you feeling?
Oh, well, I've just, in the downtime, right? I'm just waiting for the crash to come because I've gone through 2 full packages of like these really icing cookies, Anders. And so this is going to be a wild ride, man. First game of the day, and I'm already on a sugar rush.
It's a great way to start. Yeah, you've been eating quite a few of those. I feel like maybe I should have stopped you along the way, but it was.
You see, a true friend, Anders. You're actually just sitting there waiting for the train wreck to happen. You just can't look away. That's the thing.
It was more science thing from my point of view. I was wondering how many you could really chew through before it went bad, but you're still here, so we're still good. Whose side are you on here, or maybe who do you think is going to win, Vexed or Cloud9? What's the?
I know this is going to break Stunna's heart because it's his birthday today, but I'm going to go with Vexed.
Oh.
I honestly think, after seeing what Vexed were capable of yesterday, they really made it work. I gotta go with Vexed on this one. I think Cloud9 right now, there's just something that's not working. People that the key players, and this has been hashed through on the analyst desk, the key players just are not showing up. And that's you cannot have that when it seems like anybody's capable of having a big game on Vexed side right now.
Yeah, and I love Henry's point at the end. It's absolutely true. Cloud9 do have a demo, but at the same time, Vexed, like, their first half was so good, their second half was so bad. They maybe have had some time to adjust. I hope maybe it works both ways. Either way, I think it will be a very interesting game here on the cobblestones.
I like how you don't give your prediction.
Yeah.
So
I'll be right either way then.
You just go ahead and like
Oh,
cut
wait,
that out
wait,
real
wait.
quick.
Nothing and Sean Guest both have an HE grenade, and Furlan's all the way back here. If he's unlucky, they could double grenade him down if they're going to have the right angle for it, but it actually feels like, yeah, they're going to put in the smokes first. This could be a very bad start for Furlan unless he gets some really good headshots. He actually tried to body block that smoke, which is very heads up thinking he's going to go back and try and hide inside it. They might have realized he's back here, but Cloud9, they're coming for this B-bomb side, and it's going to be the opening shot there. Freakazoid taking down Hyper and Rallen with a quick return on nothing. So back to a 4 versus 4, and Furlan going to go down. Looking good for Cloud9.
This is panning out nicely. They're going to be able to get the bomb plant here. Not too much that Rollin can do. He has to try and take a risk right now to bring it back. Shroud will take out Groovy, and this is going to be on Rollin and Pete. The last two alive in this pistol, and so far, things going according to plan for Cloud9. 4 players still alive here, and Freakazoid finds Rollin, so it's going to be down to Pete. And Pete, at this point, he's thinking about backing off to hold on to his Kevlar.
Yeah, that's a reasonable choice. It's no reason to give that up just for free. Can't do anything to salvage a 1 versus 4, not like this, so gonna be a pretty good start for Cloud9. Those grenades didn't have the exact impact that I thought they would, but they managed to zone out the bomb site enough, and some good shots coming in from Pete. He's gonna get flanked as well, but maybe he could do a little bit more damage, secure himself a little bit of a cash bonus. It's gonna be the 3rd kill as well. Good job, Pete. And, you know, he has enough Kevlar that he doesn't necessarily need to rebuy anything here, so not looking too bad.
Yeah, he's able to actually pick up a $500 investment. No problem at all. Still at $1,900, so he's going to have good money going into the first buy around here for Vexed. It's not the end of the world for Vexed, and we see that they're going for that force buy themselves. Rollin's gone up to that scout. We have the Kevlar and the pistols being forced up on the rest of the team. And Cloud9 kind of going for a mixed play here. 3 SMGs, a scout, and only a single rifle to deal with this force buy coming out of Vexed. And I guess this is it. You know, they're just rushing in. They're going to take full advantage of the mobility that the SMGs afford them.
Yeah, don't want to get whittled down by the scout. They don't know it's in play yet, but once they realize, you've got to be careful that you don't slow down your pace so much that you give the scout player enough time to move around, take shots. Even if they're not headshots, they can still drop your players very low indeed. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that Cloud9 is slowing down the